Hello everyone, I'm on my way to Norwich down south, and don't you just hate it when you have to change stations? So I'm having to walk from Banky to Central, and I have no clue where I'm going. Like, it's so confusing because it's a 25-minute walk away apparently, and my train is in half an hour. So I'm not sure if I'm the only one, but I do stress about things like this if I'm having to change stations where I don't know the place well enough. So right now I'm currently speed walking as quick as possible to be able to get to the station on time, so hopefully I can make it on time. So I made it to Wrongton Banky, and I came here about 6 minutes past, so with 13 minutes to spare before my train arrives, and hopefully I'll be able to find a seat.
Our next station is Sheffield.
So right now I'm in the carriage by myself, which is quite nice. I'm in what's called the standard class. I didn't pay for this ticket, but I somehow managed to get a seat as the train's been really busy from Central, and currently I'm in Nottingham, and hopefully it'll be quiet all the way down to Norwich. So it was at this moment that we were told that our train was cancelled because of it being 20 minutes delayed, so that we would end up stopping at Ely. So I had to wait an extra hour and a half to get to Norwich, which was kind of disappointing. So after meeting my friend at the train station, we went to the Cat House, which is on the opposite side of the city in Norwich, and it was £12 each online to book. And once we got there, we received 2 tokens each so that we could use it to have a coffee, which was on the house, and we got to see all these cute cats and also to play with them. There's quite a few of them in there, and they were well looked after by the staff. There's like a certain time that we were allowed in there, and after that time that's when they were fed and watered and looked after before they held like an evening activity. After the cat cafe, we went to Brick Pizza, which is at the marketplace in Norwich, and it was quite a nice small restaurant to eat in. You could see your pizza being cooked whilst you're having a conversation with your friends or family, and I ordered basically just a margherita pizza, and I had some side oil with it, and it was really nice to have, and it was quite affordable as well. The Mulligans was basically like a game centre where you could play pool, snooker, golf, soft table. We did play the basketball game behind there, which was quite interesting. It was quite fun. So for the likes of this game and for the basketball game, you had to pay tokens for, and if you wanted to play pool or snooker, you'd had to pay extra for 30 minutes to an hour. And it was just a relaxing evening, and afterwards we went back home and chilled for the rest of the night. Morning everyone, so it's day 2 being here in Norfolk, and I'm seeing one of my friends as we both went to university together studying the same course, and so today we are going to a few nature reserves around here in Norfolk. I'm really looking forward to it as I've not seen any sort of the wildlife down here before, compared to that of like Scotland or North Wales, so it'd be quite nice to see a few different bird species, as well as hopefully some seals and otters potentially. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what's down here, and I can't wait to show you what we see. A lot of the buildings had these large pebble facades on them, and I haven't seen anything like this before, so I thought it was quite interesting to see them around Norfolk. And once we reached our location, we got to witness the positive benefits of having beavers in Britain. They are ecosystem engineers, as they have the ability to create and modify their environment. The East Anglia University's latest research has shown that they had a positive change to the quality of water in the stream, and that's thanks to the reintroduction of the beavers. And what's also crazy is that I didn't know they were actually really big. They are between 70 to 100 centimeters long, and that excludes their tail as well. So after checking out the beaver location, we then headed to natural surroundings for lunch. They had plenty of plant conservation work, and it's also cool seeing some of their displays of all the plants and wildlife that they had around the local area. For lunch, I opted for a bean chili with a latte, and we also got to watch a live bird cam, which was also pretty cool to see as well. Finally, we went to Cley Beach. This is like the end of our wildlife adventure around Norfolk, and I was determined to see some grey seals whilst being down south, as they are quite popular during the January and February time. And it was lovely just to walk along the beach and having some meaningful conversations with my friend, as I think those conversations are really nice to have and sometimes much needed. And also, walking on the beach I find quite therapeutic. The sound of the waves I find just nice to listen to. And I did find quite a few things from the crab chalet scene and this bone, which I obviously put back and didn't want to disrupt the wildlife. Although I did take the crab shell home with me. And we were just continuing walking along Cley Beach for about 40 minutes until this happened. So we've just seen a grey seal. So we've been walking on this beach for 40 minutes now. We finally found a seal, and it's quite amazing to see. I just want to remind everyone that when you're coming to interact with wildlife, whether that's in the UK or your own country, to make sure not to disturb it. So we were quite respectful by keeping our distance away from the seal, as they can also be quite vicious as well. So whenever you're going out and about and wanting to see wildlife, just make sure not to disturb them and to leave them alone. So for the third day and final day, we decided to head back to Norwich to see some of the sites that I wanted to see, mainly the cathedral. So this is the gate that you'll go through to get towards the cathedral, or one of the entrances that I know of. And we made it through to the cathedral, and it is done by donations if you would like to donate. And the reason why I wanted to go to the cathedral is it was used for the Harry Potter scenes, for any of the corridor scenes that I used, as well as I like to see a lot of the historic sites and travelling places, so The facts that I learned is that it was built in 1096 during the Norman period, and that it has the second largest spire in England, as well as the largest surviving cloisters as well in England. For brunch, we went to Enquires, which is just on Queen Street, so it's not far from the cathedral, and I decided to have the American pancakes and a latte. And we also chose to sit by the window, as I do like to people watch now and then, and it did get busy throughout the late morning. With my pancakes, I got the berry compote with clotted cream, and it wasn't too sweet, which is quite nice, as I found some of the sweet additional things for pancakes it's just a little bit too sickly and it's quite off-putting, but this is really nice flavour, and it's also quite a good price, I thought. And after brunch, my friend dropped me off at the train station, and I was looking forward to going home as I had a long journey, and I was just waiting to get on the train and to find my seat. And then this happened. So I had several train cancellations, and I had to get an Uber for an hour from one train station to the next, as I had to wait too long for one of the trains. So I decided to stay in Manchester for the night, as it was just going to be too silly getting home on Sunday evening. So I travelled back home on Monday to quite a lot of snow, and the cancellations had nothing to do with the snow, it was more to do with the tracks themselves. And so I hope you enjoyed this week's vlog, and if you're new here and you fancy sticking around, please click the subscribe button, and thank you for watching this week's video, and I shall see you next time.